The Traxxas Stampede is the first high-performance monster truck. The chassis is pure monster with its reinforced design and unsurpassed ground clearance.
For 30 years, the Traxxas Stampede has been a staple of the RC hobby. First released in 1994 and available in both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive variants, it remains one of the most popular RC monster trucks on the market and has spawned numerous competitors and copycats. However, it has been starting to show its age, so Traxxas has finally decided it's time for an update. This is the new Stampede 4x4, and if you've been in the hobby for a few years, you may be getting a bit of deja vu right now. Although it says Stampede on the side, this is actually a Traxxas Haas with some minor changes. When the Haas came out several years ago, many suspected that it would eventually replace the Stampede 4x4, and it appears that it finally has. While this still uses the same basic drivetrain and suspension from the Stampede Rustler and Slash 4x4, as the Haas did, it's been upgraded with Traxxas' new extreme heavy-duty knuckles, hubs, and drive shafts, reinforcing the most common breaking points of the old suspension and making it stand up much better to repeated jumps and crashes. The rest of the truck is mostly the same as the Haas, including the body and the sledgehammer tires. The most exciting part about this truck is that it uses a brand new brushless motor in ESC. It's called the BL-2S, and it's designed to replace the old Titan 550 brushed motor and the XL5 brushed ESC, while still being more affordable than the Traxxas Valenian brushless system used in their top trim VXL and Ultimate models. The BL-2S motor has cooling vents and an internal fan, which is unusual for a brushless motor, but it seems to work well. With no brushes to get clogged up, it should be able to handle water and dirt with no issues. The BL-2S system is also available in the Slash 4x4, Rustler 4x4, and the Ford Fiesta rally car, which uses mostly Slash parts. These are all priced at $470 Canadian each, not including a battery and charger. As the name implies, this motor in ESC can only run on a 2S LiPo battery or the nickel metal hydride equivalent, so it's not going to deliver the blistering speed on 3S of the Valenian system. However, it is noticeably more powerful than the old Titan brushed motor and significantly cheaper than the Valenian, so it slots in perfectly as the new budget option for the Traxxas 4x4 lineup. They're not ditching brushed motors completely though, as the two-wheel drive Stampede and Rustler are keeping the old Titan motor for now, and the two-wheel drive Slash is available with both options. Of course, all of these vehicles are also still available with the Valenian system. Nice.
Very smooth, but
Since we'd already driven the Haas, we pretty much knew what to expect in terms of handling with the new Stampede. What we really wanted to test was the BL-2S motor system. We were quite pleased with its performance. It's very smooth and consistent and offers the perfect amount of power to have some fun with, but not enough to get into serious trouble. We drove it for quite a long time on a battery and had no heat issues at all, and you could probably even get away with slightly faster gearing and still not overheat. After driving for a while, I discovered that when I had taken the wheels off earlier, I'd left one of the nuts loose, causing the pin to fall out, so the truck was effectively on three-wheel drive the whole time. However, even with this handicap, it still drove decently well. I think a two-wheel drive Stampede with the BL-2S motor would also work well, and hopefully they'll offer that in the future.
pretend that was on.
Traxxas really has perfected this truck over the years, and I'm glad to see they've committed to keeping it around and continuing to upgrade it rather than starting over from the ground up. It's not often you find an RC vehicle that's had this much time to work out the bugs, and it definitely pays off. In the time we've been selling these BL-2S vehicles at the shop, the only part I've seen people break regularly is the plastic camber links, but these are probably the cheapest and easiest to replace part on the whole truck. The extreme heavy-duty suspension parts seem to have eliminated almost all of the usual weak points on these trucks, and while there's no such thing as an unbreakable RC car, this one is about as close as it gets right now, and certainly at this price point. If you have an older Traxxas 4x4 vehicle that you bash a lot and you've had issues with breaking suspension parts, I highly recommend buying the Extreme Heavy Duty Upgrade Kit. Now, this particular truck is still a Stampede, so as with previous iterations, the handling is a bit top-heavy. If you prefer something with a bit more stability at the expense of ground clearance, you can also get the BL-2S Rustler, Slash, or the Fiesta Rally car, all of which have also been upgraded with the Extreme Heavy Duty suspension and the clipless body mounts. With their new lineup of refreshed models featuring the BL-2S system, Traxxas really does have something for everyone now. To get your Stampede 4x4, visit us at BC Hobbies or shop online at bchobbies.com. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. I'm Michael, and I will see you next time.